Why am I stuck on this side? Like, I look better on the other side. Oh, it's because you're Hitler. Sorry, go ahead.
Turn the camera off.
Sit down. Hello everybody, welcome back to Third Act Thursday. Woo-hoo-hoo-hoo. Today we are reviewing our first play ever in our history. It hasn't even been a year. We are reviewing Significant Other from the Camille Playhouse because this was part of their main stage productions. We had so much fun watching the show. What I love about the Camille Playhouse is that they always break the mold for the shows that they pick. This time they picked the show that really broke boundaries with any shows that I've seen in the Valley. I'm sure same thing for you. I don't think I've seen, something performed so well that has a good message at the end, but it doesn't end in a happy ending.
Yeah, I feel like for me it really didn't have an ending. It kind of left it open to your interpretation.
Okay, I'm done talking. Are you ready for this?
Yeah, dude. I'm exploding with excitement because of the topic of the show, which we'll get into, but I'm super excited. I've been waiting for this day to film this one because I'm super excited about it. Alright, so let's get right into it. So for Significant Other, it originally premiered off-Broadway. It was produced by the Roundabout Theater Company, and it made its debut on Broadway in 2017 at the Booth Theater, which is, I believe, very famous for holding plays on Broadway. I've seen The Boys in the Band there. I saw American Son there. Right now, currently at the Booth Theater is To Kill a Mockingbird. So I think they're kind of their theme is plays. Just a little bit about Significant Other. It's a play written by Joshua Harmon. The main character is a gay man living in New York. It follows him and his 3 friends, who are females, as they go through life in their late 20s in New York City, and they're trying to find love, trying to figure out what their purpose is in life. It just follows them through a period of their life. He watches all of his friends find love, and I won't spoil the ending for you, but it kind of, you see how he changes over the course of time, and his thought process behind it, and how
his
he feels about love.
relationships and his friendships changed throughout the show.
Yeah, and you get to see how that changes after, each of them get married and move on with their lives. It's not a heartwarming show, but something that I loved about it is that it really brings you into
reality.
Yeah, there's a whole lot of it that is so authentic, and as someone who can relate strongly to the main character, I've had that fear at some point in my life where I'm gonna watch all my friends get married and go off, and I'm just gonna be there. And so I don't know, I really thoroughly enjoyed the entire performance. I think it was a very interesting topic to discuss and talk about. I really hope that the Camille chooses to do shows like that, moving forward. It opens a door for a conversation.
They really did.
And I think that conversation leads with members of the LGBTQ community have the same thoughts, ambitions, and feelings that other people do. And I think that it really brings you in to realize that we're just like everyone else. And I love that.
Well, let's start with the technical aspects of Significant Other.
Okay.
This is going to be a little bit different since it's a play. So
yeah, I'm interested to see how that's going to play out.
I know.
We're always gushing over the music.
I know. Let's start off with the set because it was such a strong, part of the tech. I love that they built an apartment in New York City.
Yeah.
On stage. It had a great color scheme, wonderful furniture. It really took you into somebody's apartment. And I love that there was a connection in the set between an apartment and an office. And I love that. I love that it just transitions, into that.
I felt like the one thing I liked about the set was that it was stationary. Nothing really moved. Yeah. I don't think anything moved. But it was so well thought out that it went from his apartment to his office to a place that they were having coffee to outside of a bar to the different wedding venues.
Yeah.
The different wedding venues, and all of that was painted through their acting.
How they switched in their acting of the environment. That's what it is.
Yeah.
And that's hard to do when nothing changes.
Yeah.
But they did it really well.
But I really did enjoy how the set was built, because there was a lot of depth to it. There was a lot of places that people could stand and you could still see them, and it was just really well
It gave
put
you
together.
different levels too.
Yeah.
Like
the bed was raised a little bit.
Yeah.
I like that.
But if an actor was sitting on the bed, somebody was sitting on the step, and somebody was standing, like it gives you those levels that you want to see, you know? You don't just want to see a straight line on stage.
I think the set served its purpose. One thing I did enjoy about the lighting was it also helped you kind of transition into the different settings. So one thing that I noticed, and I don't know if this was like intentional or it's just me being me, but when we were in his apartment, the light wasn't too bright. It was bright, but it was dimmer because we're inside an apartment. There was a window, so obviously, like, if light was coming in, you know, it depends. But what I noticed when we switched to the office scene, the lights were super bright, because in an office, it's usually fluorescent lighting, and it's bright. And then also, when we went to the wedding venues, like, there was kind of like flashing lights, so you could kind of tell, like, okay, they're looking at a dance floor, they're not looking at us, the audience, but you know, out there to them is a dance floor, and there's lights. And so I did enjoy that. I think there was like different little things like that I noticed that I thought really helped help you bring into the new setting.
All right, let's go into the acting aspects of the show. Let's start off with the man of the hour, Brendan Calusa. We mentioned in our other video that we were going to talk about his acting in this, and let's do it. He is a very incredible actor. He's so playful, and his comedic timing is so perfect. And you know, he showed you his personality throughout the show. Like at the beginning, like you would see a little bit of it, and throughout the show you saw more of the rawness of his character, and he delivered that so well. He really took it up a notch when it came to us feeling bad for him at the end of the play.
I think he did a really good job at tapping into how it feels to live that life. I don't know if there's like a word for that, but he very much made me feel like I could relate to him. And I think that as an actor, that's our job. And I think he was stunning. Like, that was beautiful. I mean, I truly felt like he was the embodiment of that character. And I think he took on that character with a lot of pride and a lot of strength. Like, I think he really went all in, and it was just so cool to see him play a character like that. And his comedic timing was on point. Like, I mean, there was times where I was pissing myself laughing. Like, I could not stop laughing.
Yeah. It's funny, and I'm not trying to be funny, but the character reminded me of you a lot. You know, there was a lot of moments that I was like, this is Hubby. You know,
there was a lot of moments, and I remember thinking, like, as soon as I finished the show, I was like, I feel personally attacked by this character. There was a lot of things that he said that I was like, well, yeah, like, that makes sense. But then, like, people would laugh because it was like, they would laugh because it was so, like, out there. But I'm like, I think like that though.
Yeah.
Like, I mean, I don't know.
But
like,
you're very out there, you know. So.
But I don't know. Like, it's different when you see it like presented to you.
Yes.
So it's like, I don't know. When I saw that, I was like, okay, like, I guess.
Let's go down the list. Caroline, she played Laura, which was originally played by
Lindsay Mendez in the Broadway production.
the Queen.
Tony Award winner Lindsay Mendez.
Caroline, like, really hit me. Like, her character and her way of thinking I really connected with it. She was such an incredible actress throughout the show, and we have to talk about that scene.
That's what I was waiting for.
We have to talk about there was a moment that she had a fight, well, like a verbal fight with Brendan, and it gave me anxiety because I felt like I shouldn't have been watching that conversation, but I did. And I love that. I love when shows make me uncomfortable.
See, intense doesn't even begin to describe how I felt during that scene.
Yeah.
And what I love about her character, and I don't know if this is how it's played elsewhere, I have a feeling that it's not, because Caroline has the shows that we've seen her in, she's taken the character and kind of given her own twist on it, which I love. What I liked about her is that her character at the beginning was kind of like scarce. Like, she was like bottom tier. Yeah. Like, she was like, okay, like, I'm just here. Like, I'm part of this friend group, but like, you know, like, I'll pop in every now and then. And
her connection was stronger with Brendan's character.
Yeah. And I think when it got to that scene, it just blew me away. I was like, whoa. And I'm not gonna lie, like, I did kind of feel like you were her, like her character Laura. So when that scene came up, I was super uncomfortable, because that's like us filming us having an argument. Yeah,
that's what made me uncomfortable about it.
Yeah,
I was thinking the whole time, I was like, it could sound like a conversation like we would have in the future. You know, granted, we would.
I mean, we're not gonna talk about how we argue, but yeah. It happens. Though.
Yeah, it happens, of course, but.
No, that scene really...
The care that they have for each other reminds me of our friendship, you know? Yeah. So that's how I just got so connected with that character.
And I think what both of them were so good at was that they were able to portray that their characters were coming from a place of love. Like, yes, they were yelling, yes, they were angry, yes, they were, like,
but it was
wanting to fight, but it's because they care about each other so much, and he felt like he was going to lose her, and she couldn't see that because she didn't think that she was going to go anywhere. Like, she didn't think her moving on with her life had to include leaving him. So I think that was beauty in itself. After that scene, I wanted to clap, but I mean, like, I was like, okay, like, I guess we'll move on.
But it's such an intense moment. Like,
yeah, it was very amazing to watch, and I think that was by far my favorite moment in the entire play.
Let's talk about Vanessa, Ebony Jackson. This is our first time seeing her at the Camille Playhouse. She did a really wonderful job too.
She really did, and I think I connected with Jordan the most, which is the main character. But I felt like a lot of her viewpoints I could not agree with, but I'm like, okay, yeah, girl, like, I get that. Like, I could see that. Yeah. And I think she was hilarious. Yes. Like, I think...
all three of the girls, like, were funny as hell. Like,
and I feel like I don't know them personally. But I feel like they all really fit into those characters. Like, I don't know their personalities outside of, you know, what we've seen, but I feel like the way they portrayed their characters was very natural. Like, I felt like I was watching these people have a conversation. Like, I didn't feel like, okay, I have to try and be this person. Like, I have to try and remember, like, I'm thinking this way. Like, no. Like, I think they all really fit in so well that it was great to see the chemistry build on stage. And I think that's what made the play so... like, connected. She's gonna throw the play mill.
Let's talk about my queen again. Golbanu played Kiki. And I'm just kidding. She stole the show in a way with her comedic timing.
I feel like a lot of her jokes were... I have to give her props, because a lot of her jokes were so, like, should I say controversial? Like, I can't think of a name for it.
Yes, they were very controversial.
Like, there was moments,
very, you know.
Yeah, there was moments where there was people who were like, should I laugh or am I gonna get stoned for laughing? Because I feel like there was a lot of moments where, I mean, I laughed. I mean, I thought it was funny.
I mean, yeah.
But I mean,
we would be the only ones laughing.
Yeah, there were moments where, like, I'd be like,
sorry.
I'm not gonna laugh at that.
I get you.
And I do feel like she really was a trooper, because if that had been me, I would have felt some type of way every time I walked off stage, because I'm like, like, these people don't think this is funny. And it was funny, but it's hard with jokes like that, because it's hard to know how your audience is going to react. But,
and it depends on the crowd too. Like, if you don't have a crowd that doesn't like that kind of humor, dead silence. Let's talk about the character Herlene. who was played by Elka Jaros.
Jaros.
Okay, I'm sorry if I'm getting your name wrong.
She killed me. She really
me
did.
Too.
She after the show, we got to say hi to all the cast, and when I got to her, I told her that she made me cry because she did. Because she reminded me a lot of my grandmother.
Same.
And she plays Jordan's grandmother in the play.
Mm-hmm.
And she comes out for a few scenes with Jordan. And it's not hard to imagine that her character has developed some sort of memory loss, whether that be Alzheimer's, dementia, or something. I think it's really cool to see how even Jordan's relationship with his grandmother develops throughout the course of time after he sees his friends kind of go through that. And I feel like she was the punchline in a lot of moments, which I thought she executed beautifully. Like, the innocence behind her being an older woman, like, it was just so funny, like, hearing her say some of the lines that she had to say. And I mean, she just said them. Like, she didn't give a crap.
No.
Like, I loved it, and she was absolutely amazing in this.
You know what I got from her character? She also reminded me of my grandma, and it reminded me of all the little moments of being with her, and those moments that those conversations that I wish I could have with her, or those just the true moments of being with family, looking at old pictures and reminiscing about childhood. It hit me very close to home. I think her character was overwhelming, and it hit everybody in the audience. I'm sure there was not a single person in there that
didn't feel something,
some type of way.
Yeah. I agree. I think she really shined in this performance. Segue. This week's second diamond in the rough goes to Elka Jaros herself.
Yes.
I think she really did shine in this performance, and the moments that she had with us, even though they were short, really made an impact on us.
Yes, they were very, very, very important scenes in the show, and she made them very special, and she made them very unique.
I truly do believe that she was just herself. Like, I feel like she really let herself be the character while also bringing a little bit of herself and kind of merge the two. I felt after meeting her, I felt that's what I got from that. Oh, I just want to hug her like for the rest of my life. I mean, she's just so cute. But yeah, so congratulations if you're watching this video. We truly did love your performance. Alright guys, so that's all we have for you today. Be sure to check out Cabaret at the Camille Playhouse. It opens tomorrow, August 2nd, and runs through the 4th, so it's this weekend. The performances are August 2nd and 3rd at 8 p.m. and on the 4th at 2:30 p.m. Tickets are available at the Camille Playhouse website. The link will probably be in one of our posts coming up. And as always, don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. Thank you so much.
Bye.
Yeah, I think we're good. I'm mad. It wasn't recording.
Shut the fuck up.
I'm kidding.